Have you prayed at the altar of Eren today? You do have a homemade altar to Eren, don't you? This guy was quite ahead of his time. He knew. Welcome everyone to Manganime Talk. Today we are going to talk about the masterpiece that is Attack on Titan, and specifically Eren CHADren Yeager. And that is why we're here. To remember and acknowledge why Eren is such a Chad and why we, you and I, are just nothing next to him and his greatness. For you anime-only watchers, I suggest you leave now, because as far as you're concerned, Eren is a pretty typical protagonist, main character. He can transform into a Titan, which is pretty cool in and of itself, and he's very, very angry. Other than that, he cares a lot about his friends, and he just wants everyone to be happy. We have to decide on who will inherit my Titan soon. Oh, I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll do it. No, I'm not gonna leave the Titans to any of you, because you're all too important. You're more important than anyone else, so I want you all to live as long as possible. Eren cares about us. What a sweet moment. And you anime watchers will soon discover that this is not CHADren Yeager. This is CHADren Yeager. An 8-pack is not good enough for him. No, only a 20-pack will do. Just kidding, of course, he only has an 8-pack. Let's go over why Eren has become the greatest protagonist in any form of fiction ever created. When he was looking out at the ocean, Eren knew what he had to do. And he also knew he was the only one with the colossal balls big enough to do it. First, he snuck over to the enemy country, Marley, used an innocent boy to do his bidding, then came face to face with his old archenemy, Reiner. Many good people are up there right now, peeking from their windows, waiting for the curtains to rise, right on top of us. He practically made Reiner cry. He put that bitch on his knees and made him think, hey man, it's cool. I know you had no choice in doing what you did. Then Eren told him, but still, I'm still gonna kill everyone that you know. I will keep moving forward until the day I destroy my enemy. This was probably the best moment of the story. Maybe one thing will top it. Maybe. Not only did he stick it to Reiner, who we've at this point begun to empathize with and feel bad for, there's a Marley leader right outside who's declared war on Eren and all of Paradise Island. And promptly, after finishing his declaration of war, Eren transforms and eats him. Then proceeds to jump all over everyone. Everyone who's there. Man, woman, child, doesn't matter. If you're at this event, you're Eren's enemy, and he intends on killing you. Can you imagine Naruto doing this? Can you imagine any other character doing this? He basically threw every rule out the window and just said, I'm going to kill everyone. Oh, it's just so great. Of course, when Mikasa shows up, she's not happy about this. You killed civilians. You even killed children. That's already irredeemable. Hey Mikasa, shut your whore mouth. After this whole ordeal is over, they lock Eren up because, well, he wasn't supposed to do that. He decided to do it on his own because he's a Chad and he doesn't have time for your bullshit. So, what does he do in his spare time? He takes off his shirt, looks in the mirror, and tells himself the one thing he has to remember. Fight. 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 God damn, what a Chad. After Eren's had enough of that, he just leaves and meets up with his supporters who are ready to finish his job. And he, of course, now makes his infamous pose, which I wish I was Chad enough to do, but I'm not. This was, of course, after blowing up the general of Paradise Island because, well, Eren just thought he was too much of a pussy and didn't want to have to deal with him getting in the way. His good friends, Armin and Mikasa, think, well, even though he's a little off, he's still on our side, right? You're not the kind of person who'd involve innocent civilians and children. Even if they live in an enemy state, you cared for and thought about us more than anyone. Is this stupid whore still talking? I said keep your hands on the table, bitch. So then, Eren basically tells his best friend since childhood, Armin, that he's a pussy, and proceeds to tell Mikasa, the girl who has loved him his whole life, ever since I was a kid. Mikasa, I've always hated you. And, what a great quote. And when that upsets Armin, Eren puts him down like a dog and beats him senseless. Is there anyone that Eren won't hurt? Perhaps his dear brother Zeke. they make a pact to save the world. Zeke comes up with this brilliant idea of, hey, why don't we sterilize our people so that we can't make more kids, and then there won't be any more Titans. Wow, Zeke, yes, you are such a genius. Eren makes him think, yeah, great plan, bro, let's do it. But of course, Eren gets what he needs, tells his brother he's retarded, and uses his brother to essentially go back in time, in a way. And when his father is having second thoughts about killing kids to get to the all-important founding Titan, Eren tells his dad, stop being a bitch and kill those kids. What are you doing? Stand, Dad. Have you forgotten what you came here to do? It's payback, right? Yes! Yes! Now Zeke thinks his brother must be some kind of monster, so he instructs Ymir to go ahead and sterilize all the Eldians. But CHADren, locked up with handcuffs, rips off his thumbs and tells Ymir to work with him instead, because he promises that he will end the whole goddamn world. Holy shit. Oh man, alright, so the enemy thinks, hey, we finally got Eren right where we want him. So they shoot off his head with a gun. And you know what Eren says in response? I don't need my fucking head. And he goes ahead and activates the rumbling, awakening the hundreds of giant titans in the walls. The look on Armin's face as he realizes that Eren is not just sending a message is great. But at last, Eren finally opens up to let everyone know what it is he really, truly wants. To all the subjects of Ymir, my name is Eren Yeager. You can call me CHADren. I'm using the power of the founding Titan to address all of Ymir's subjects. The hardening of all the walls present on Paradise Island has come undone, and all Titans entrapped within them have started marching. My objective. But can we just really quick look at Zeke here? This is one of the best illustrations in the whole manga. His brother has just been eternally BTFO'd, and I love that he's face down in the sand. Anyway, my objective is to protect the people of Paradise, the place where I was born and raised. However, the world wishes for the annihilation of the people of Paradise. The hatred that has been swelling up for so long will certainly not end, until not just the Paradisians, but all of Ymir's subjects have been eliminated. I reject this wish. The Wall Titans shall trample all Earth outside of this island underfoot, until all life existing there has been exterminated from this world. Eren is genociding billions of people. The entire world is going to die. But let's remember something here from earlier in the manga. Once a world-leveling attack is triggered, there will be nothing we can do to stop it. All humanity will be able to do is to shiver at the thunderous sound of approaching footsteps and scatter as we run for our very lives. So before we talk about this, let me just mention one more thing. Eren had time to meet up with the queen, Historia, who is a total babe, and get her pregnant. Now wait, before you EM people get upset, let me just tell you, it's very obvious that he's the father. Okay, we'll talk about it later. Okay, we'll talk about it later. This arc of Attack on Titan has got me so pumped and so excited that I just had to make this video because, wow, CHADren Yeager has the potential. I mean, he already is the greatest fictional character ever. His transformation from sweet boy to genocider of the world is just amazing. We're so used to seeing the power of friendship being the thing that wins the day. Now, this still may be the case. We don't know what's going to happen. But I have a feeling that Eren is not really going to listen to anyone at this point. Some people have been suggesting that, well, maybe Eren is doing these things, maybe he punched Armin, and maybe he fought with Mikasa as a way to just keep them out of harm's way. I think at this point, it's pretty clear that Eren doesn't care. He's looking to solve the problem once and for all. He's gonna fix it up, he's gonna clean it up, it's gonna be done. Oh, and the other thing I just love how angry Eren gets. He is just so full of rage and anger. It's just, you can just feel it within yourself. he's just so... He makes me absolute savage. The author of the manga, Isayama, has released the final panel of the manga. And it's someone holding a baby and saying to that baby, you are free now, essentially. Which is what Eren has been fighting for this whole time. Freedom. What most people think is that the man holding the baby is Eren holding his baby. We know that the baby is Historia's. It's got to be. Because she's pregnant, we learned this a long time ago, and nothing else has come from it. So the baby is going to be relevant in some way. How are we going to get from this, Eren saying I'm going to destroy the world, to this, which is potentially Eren holding potentially his baby, telling him that he's free? That's a happy ending. Right now, we're not looking at a happy ending. So there's a few possibilities. One, I think that could actually be Zeke, and maybe the baby is a reincarnated Eren whose soul has gone into Historia's baby. Possibly. I think that there's a good chance that it is Eren and it is his baby from Historia. For that to happen, I don't see... Well, either way, no matter what happens, as much as I want Eren to genocide the entire world, I just don't see it happening. For a couple of reasons. First, we have this whole thing going on with Gabi and Falco about them realizing, hey, we were wrong to think that just the other side is the bad guy. There's bad and good on both sides. And this lesson is not going to just disappear with the wind. It's essentially going to come into play. So who's going to stop Eren? I think that it could be Armin, or it could be Falco. Because right now, Falco just got a new Titan power, and we went through all this, and for what? Just so he can not be a mindless Titan? Sure, it's possible, but I think that ultimately Falco is gonna have a bigger role to play. I think that Gabi's big role is already done. She vowed that she would kill Eren, and technically, she got close enough, she took his head off, but it didn't work. So maybe there will be a fight between this ginormous Titan that Eren is now, and colossal Titan that Armin has, which would be pretty epic, but I don't know. We just have to, I mean, what's the point of even trying to predict at this point? You just got to buckle up and get ready. I mean, it's going to be a wild ride, and this is just turning into, this has the potential to become all-time great. Everyone always gushes about, oh, Neon Genesis Evangelion. This could, I mean, if it hasn't surpassed it already, it very certainly could, depending how this ends. Okay. We'll just, if Eren's not the father, fine, it's not a big deal. That's all anyone wants to talk about. It's not a big deal. Maybe he is the father, maybe he isn't. I got my money on that he is, because he's a Chad, and who else is gonna get her pregnant? That's my only argument, all right? And it would just make sense. I think that deep down, he probably wanted to be with Mikasa, but it's just, I mean, what can you do? Anyway, this has been Manga Anime Talk. I've rambled on long enough. Thank you for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this, and if you did, please like and subscribe, and we'll have more in-depth manga and anime discussions soon.
Fight! Fight! Fight!
Good job.